So I guess like an idea for a short story, I guess the title would be Swipe to Unlock within the circumstance. Okay, so I go to a soup kitchen. There's a local soup kitchen to me that I go to whenever I can. And what I'm trying to say is I have a lot of friends there. I know a lot of people there. I love all my friends and my family there. But also at the same time, there is a darker connotation of going to the soup kitchen. You know, some of the people that go there, sell some of my other friends like fentanyl or this or that, or will openly talk about it and you just have to overhear it. And the idea for the short story would be those that are the proprietors of said establishment. What if somebody sells a certain amount of fentanyl to a certain amount of people and maybe kills a certain amount of people by selling it? Is there any, what if they would be segmented into a kind of like testing controlled facility that is the soup kitchen, where they would be, let's just say I can walk by them and put something in their coffee or something like that, or put something in their food specifically, or distract them. You know what I mean? Also, it's like people have stolen other people's phones there like all the time. Not all the time, but it's happened before. But it's like, even the idea, swipe to unlock. What if by, that interaction, there's a deeper connotation of interactions that is or isn't fair based on this and that and this and that. Which also kind of reminds me, I recently saw a Webby stream where it was a driver who was just plowing through. I mean, he didn't injure anybody. If anything, he drove against traffic multiple times, but each person you put into danger, how many of the people that you're driving on this side of the road or on that side of the road, how many of those people are, within this bracket, within that bracket, how many of them have kids, are you intoxicated at the time? If you are, and or if you're mentally ill. Anyways, by the end of the stream, they were murdered on stream, which is kind of like a big power move, which is no different than what 9/11 did, kind of with the press agency interactivities. What I'm trying to say is there's something deeper and darker going on. But also, so like, at the end of the video, they like drove into a guardrail, which should have, okay, so all guardrails should have like a magnetic kind of stabilization technology interwoven with it, kind of like a power line throughout its entirety, in like kind of like a control, or maybe, an anti-magnetism magnet, that can operate. Same thing for people that drive on the wrong side of, highways. There should be an alert on your car that maybe just pulls your car over on a radio signal to the side of the road and shuts off your car, until help can arrive or something. But that would also be taking away the rights of people. But maybe some kind of like radio signal. Also, all stop signs should have red LEDs around them. I think it's kind of lame that they don't. It would increase the amount of time in memorization within lights, for even the elderly, I think. What I'm trying to say is, so at the end of the video, they're like speeding into the guardrail. But on a separate idea for a short story, what if the radio signal itself from within the car could create, if it's all computer-controlled engines, what if it could just, position itself into the guardrail and the cops could just kill them without, them actually being the one to do it? And like the way the video looked, the only thing I had seen was from a helicopter view. And what I'm trying to say is it could be easily manipulated in so many ways, just like, all these other things do and are, corrupted, it feels like, from time to time. And, yeah, just what if they would do that to people to, like, what if the person just somehow passed out and they're like, okay, whatever, they're fucked up. Let's just, we can't even see on the inside of the car. Let's just, have them drive from the radio. Do you get what I'm trying to say? What if they created that last secondary thing where it's like, okay, we can kill them now, even though not really?